Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel again. Also for today, I will still talk about a visit to Shanghai Jewish Refugee Museum, which is the last period I will talk about this topic. And sorry for not uploaded any video in recent 2 days because, like in June the 6th, we our international school have the parents meeting, and then we start the summer holiday. So these 2 days I'm visiting my relatives and maybe sleeping for over 12 hours a day, and it keeps me really busy. And also I'm trying to write some history essay. So until now I have some spare time to record this video. My apologies. So you guys may wonder, like in the previous period, I have already said that I went to the exit, and maybe you may think if you leave the museum, so what should you talk about in this period? But actually, if you use your logic, if you leave a museum, so they want to encourage you to like at least to buy a few things. So there was a shop and I bought some souvenirs. This is a canvas bag. Worth 59 RMB. If we change the currency, like it's around like I would say $8, and it is, you see the name of Shanghai Jewish Refugees Museum, and there is a picture of this building which I think is should be a decent bag for me to hold, like when I am going outdoors. So I purchased this. And this is a disc I bought, which can contain 4 GB of like some files. Yes, since I mentioned I am in the school teaching club, and I'm the vice club manager, so I want to think to give this disc like to the child to the children I teach as a prize if someone can achieve some goal. Although I think it cannot contain so much file, but actually it can be something really precious for me because this is the first time I went to this museum. And I also buy some postcard, which is around 7 RMB per postcard, so it's around $1. I love collecting postcards. You can say I am a postcard holic. Yeah, I think that since when I was 7 to 8 years old, I felt suddenly addicted to collect those cards. Not for like to sending the card to another one, because the mail in China is now not so popular. We always send message to each other by our electronic devices. But still, no, without any reason, I love this kind of small things, and I've traveled to Japan, I've traveled to England, I traveled to America, and as I have traveled to so many places, and I collect many postcards. So hopefully, if this channel can like grow up into a really big channel, which like 10,000 subscribers, 10,000 people can subscribe to this channel, maybe I will think like I will give several postcards out to you guys. And that's all for my visit to the Shanghai Jewish Refugee Museum. But still, since I've just visited to this museum, I want to give out some feedbacks or my own opinion. Firstly, I have to claim that the things I'm gonna say in the next few minutes do not I'm a non-racialist, so I'm not meant to attack some races, so please do not misunderstand in my video. If like my opinion like is different from yours, and please be generous, do not like attacking me on the net on the internet. So I want just to say what I saw in the museum. So actually, won't say like I won't give any comments on whether the Jewish people is a good race or bad race, but still, since I am a local Shanghainese, I have to at least praise the contribution they did to Shanghai, the city, because you may think that during 1930s you see the title is the refugee, but still you see if like the refugee can also contribute to this city. Actually, if you recently you have a plan to visit Shanghai, I would like you to visit some restaurants which I have already been for a few times. Of course, designed by the Jewish people. I think I love eating, so I think like the dishes are is commendable and the price is also acceptable, considering that you can see the beautiful scenery of the bond. I think it's worth its price. And still, despite the Jewish people contributed to design the several, restaurants, according to this visit to the Shanghai Jewish Refugee Museum, I also noticed they contributed to other kind of things, like they designed some of the most famous, some of the like I would say, some of the building which is nowadays a symbol of Shanghai, and also despite they built a lot of buildings, I still think like they've created several decent newspapers which has been posted in the museum. Those newspapers not only there is a tradition in the Jewish people, like when their kid is born or like be alive for 100 days, they will post this news on the newspaper, and there are some really famous newspapers in Shanghai still nowadays keeping published, like I'm not so sure about its English, but for example the Night Post, which is really popular in Shanghai nowadays. But I won't. But of course, you need to consider that many people love to use electronic devices to search the news. But still, if you talk about the newspapers to talk about newspapers lovers, this will definitely be something they will remember and could talk a lot about this kind of newspapers. And also, I think of course, I'm not going to say that much Jewish people because it is easy to make conflict. I will talk about Shanghainese. I think as I'm born in Shanghai, I was really proud that I'm born in Shanghai, because Shanghai, they are generous. I think they accept all kinds of people, no matter globally if they consider it is a bad race or good race. Shanghai, if you like can do contribution, or even you cannot do contribution, but you can have a way to make your living, they will accept you in. And yes, I think in that time when of course, I suppose that all of you are anti-fascism, so yeah, which is I think pretty correct. At that time, the whole fascism is spreading all over the Europe, and yeah, so actually like the people, because England is probably have the river, which is make them apart from the Europe. So England actually become the destination which many Jewish people or people like from Poland and Czechoslovakia, their destination. But to their disappointment, the UK did not give them visa, but at that time there are a lot of Chinese heroes which gave them visa and let them have the chance of some ferry ships to let them come into Shanghai. And hopefully, of course, I think if we stand on hindsight, this decision was correct, because we help the Jewish people, but meanwhile the Jewish people contribute to building our city. And I think it is something that we need to learn from it. So actually, my opinion is that globally, I think we need to help each other. We do not. I would say that we sure do not have that much prejudice to other races. Like you can have, of course, but when you are treating people come from this race, please do not have too much prejudice, because I think in any race there are some people who can consider be good because like they have I won't say no bad habits, but they have more good habits and they can contribute to their city. And also there is bad people. I won't deny it. Even in Chinese, there is if you will consider like someone who's stealing things, some robberies. It is also not so common, but still exists in China. So actually, we need like to treat each other. I think at least friendly, but not with so much prejudice. And also, yeah, actually, when I finished this visit, I truly learned from this visit so much because, of course, this is my old opinion. I think like the Jewish people, they start the war with with the country, which helped them at first. I think maybe they are wrong, but actually when I finished the visit, I think that any kind of war, because I'm a history student, I think that may have a reason. It's not only one side's fault, but two sides all have some guilt. But the case is that which one is more guilty. So of course I cannot do any comment on this scene, but I still really praise, at least at that period, the Jewish people's contribution to this beautiful city. And I also appreciate what Shanghainese do to them. And recently, since I'm an international school student, I talk about my visit to them, and there's one teacher I think, of course he is a good teacher, but give some awkward comment. He said, but after I told him the whole story, he said, but the Jewish people isn't a good race, is it? Probably I won't do any comment, but I think that we at least during 1930s the Jewish people came in Shanghai is good to a large extent, but to my disappointment, like the rate the Jewish people keep alive. Among the 60,000 Jewish people came into Shanghai, only 1,000 and few died because of the Japanese kills them. That our Shanghainese do not have any method to save them, and also because like they are sick, and those are really objective reasons. So it is normal, but there are not so much Jewish people keep staying in Shanghai after they they go through this crisis. They went back. Of course, I won't say it is incorrect because after the World War II, Israel is being is Israel, this country exists, so most of Jewish people went to them. I think it is correct, but I still hope that them at least much more Jewish people can still stay in Shanghai and keep contribute to the city. Of course, my saying is a bit greedy because I want the city to become much more better than these times. Maybe like our city in 1930s, if we still contain more Jewish people, like they may have some methods against the Japanese police, but not still rely on the USSR to after the Yalta conference to let them, after the victory of Nazi, they help us to fight against the Japanese. Maybe we can solve this problem long before a period of time. Yes, that's all for my thoughts and my review for this Jewish museum. If your opinion, or if you are standing on a really different stage from me, so I think it is really normal. But I'm a non-racialist, so do not like to understand some of my sayings as I support which race. And don't forget, of course, to subscribe to this channel. I will talk about other things later. Yes, thank you.